Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. It is time for our weekly or bi-weekly Lupinranger versus Patranger review. I just recently did the catch-up review, and just in case those of you thought I fell behind again, I'm doing it in groups of 2 based off of Geo's arcs. That might change a little bit when Ryu Soldier comes out, because I kind of want to cover the first 2-3 maybe on their own, but just so you know, that's why I'm doubling up. Kind of worked out. So let's go ahead, we got 2 episodes to go over. The first one's fairly quick. So, previously on Varsity Blues, no, but like previously, we had left off with the Christmas episode about chicken, but then like the cliffhanger was Keiichiro potentially finding out who the Lupins are. And so then we opened up here for a clip show. So, and each of the different Ranger teams had a different clip show device. For the Patrangers, it was about them sitting around talking about all the stuff that had happened throughout the year that could potentially be evidence for the Lupinrangers, you know, being their friends, kind of recontextualizing things. I actually liked that idea, you know. I'm not a huge fan of clip shows, but I've seen some clever devices done throughout the years. None as clever as Community, where it was a clip show of stuff we haven't seen, but you know, I liked that idea. It's like, okay, if we're gonna do a clip show, this kind of makes sense, because even if it wasn't a clip show, I kind of expected them to go over certain events and, you know, go over, like, with the new information and recontextualize it for themselves. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I liked the bits where, like, Tsukasa was looking through the files and she saw young Umika and put it together from when the Lupinrangers were kids and got kind of super embarrassed about the way she was hugging young Kairi. So I liked that. The Lupins was kind of more of a standard filler plot where, like, the Gangler of the Week, who was one of the Poe Dameron guys with the safe head, making him participate in a game show. There was some amusing bits in that. I particularly liked when Kairi was imitating Toma, and they did another callback to his dark past when he was dancing, which I think it's kind of funny. I feel like in the last handful of episodes, they've mentioned that at least 2-3 times. I think that's a funny reoccurring reference that they'll reference that, and Toma will just be like totally upset about that. But even though there was amusing bits in that, I was a little bit annoyed that after all this time, you know, we get this cliffhanger in the kind of filler Christmas episode, and it's like, that's a cool way to lead us in, but then all of a sudden we come back and it's a clip show. It's like, okay, but it kind of made sense the way they did it. But then we take up so much time with kind of the Lupinranger nonsense. I don't know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, just because I've been waiting so long for this, and to have the start of the reveal storyline happen at the end of a Christmas filler and then during a filler clip show episode, and then waste so much time. I kind of would have rather them done something where Noelle somehow found out that they were investigating the Lupinranger's identity, and then you have the other side where the Lupins are sort of talking about what are things that have happened that could have, you know, outed us, and then you have both of them doing clip show bits, but kind of in the context of the Power Rangers being like, this is evidence for it, and the Lupinrangers could have been like, this could have been when we were caught. I think that would have been better. And then this episode was about Sakuya, well, at least part of it was about Sakuya can't even believe Umika, I didn't mean to pound the camera like that, but Umika could do something so terrible as to have done nothing wrong. Because really, I don't get the outrage, the Lupinrangers have done nothing wrong. I feel like it's like the Thanos did nothing wrong, but the Lupinrangers did nothing wrong. Like, they have not done anything wrong, really. So it's just, I get it, because obviously the cops and robbers thing, so there's a big drama when it's revealed, but it just seems so funny, like, oh my god, can't believe they just behaved like a normal Sentai does every year and fought the monsters. It'd be different if, like, they were also roguish and were, like, robbing from actual stores or regularly endangering people. Like, remember, I think they did this with both Gosei Knight and Robo Knight's story, where, like, he wanted to just protect the Earth, but he didn't care about the people, and, like, he would endanger people. Maybe if that would have happened a little bit more, but, like, I just don't get the outrage. I mean, I get it in terms of I get what they're going for, but I don't get, you know, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, but so he's, like, trying to prove it by going out with Umika and sort of trying to trip her up, and Noelle and them kind of tip her off that they're investigating again during the dinner. So she, you know, leaves their lunch, and then at the same time another Gangler attacks, and then we're kind of split into 2 different fights where the Lupins cross paths with, what's the ice guy's name with the hat that's like a ridiculous, unnecessary hat? I feel like I know it, but I don't know, it's escaping me at the moment. But they run into him, they fight him, and the Patrangers are fighting oh my gosh. They run into her and they're fighting her, so it's kind of split into 2 separate fights, and the Lupins just kind of more or less amounts to him getting away again. I'm trying to remember his name, like it's distracting me so much, but it kind of amounts to that. Whereas the Patrangers, it ends up having Noel gets kidnapped because the monster takes him or tries to take. Was it Tsukase tried to take? It was somebody, and then Noel's like, take me instead, because wouldn't this be a far more interesting experiment because I'm not human? And I forgot that the Patrangers didn't know that Noel wasn't human, because I felt like that just came out everywhere to everybody at the same time. And it reminded me of how pointless that is. I mean, obviously here it did serve a purpose. Again, it feels like one of those things that I just think wasn't necessary. Like, I very easily could have bought him being like, don't take them, take me. And then they take Noel. No problem. He didn't need to be an alien that looks like a human. Like, it just doesn't add anything other than making it seem like there's a twist to it. But so he ends up getting taken. It's kind of dramatic. Again, this is maybe me personally, but I didn't feel any weight to it because, again, I feel like the alien stuff's unnecessary. And even though everything's out in the open more now between Noel and all the Rangers, I still don't feel like there's a strong bond between them enough for, like, the drama of this to feel heavy. Like, even the Lupats, like, individually, like, I feel if Kairi got kidnapped with them not knowing, or even one of the Patrangers getting kidnapped with them not knowing, there would still be a you know, a drama of it because of their connection, and you know the characters are connected. But I just don't feel that weight. Maybe it's just me, but the way it narratively flowed, I don't feel the weight. But I think it was a solid episode. You know, I thought we were going to get a little bit more into the reveal, but I think we're going to be building towards something where it's going to be about both of the teams' connection with Noel, why they might unite, stuff like that. I know that the trailer makes it seem like the Lupins are going to out their identities to everybody, but we'll see. I felt like that could have been a decent way to do it. Like, there's certain stuff I'm going to try to pull back on because I want to save it for my series review about the way certain things should have gone. But point is, this episode was solid. It was enjoyable. There was stuff I liked in it. There was just stuff that didn't land for me technically and that I would have done differently, but I thought it was an enjoyable episode and a decent start to hopefully getting this arc rolling for them finding out about it. And the clip show was okay. I liked the idea of using the clip show format to recontextualize the Patrangers' experiences, but I am a little bit disappointed that we wait so long for this, and then you have, you know, oh my god, he's gonna find out what's gonna happen next time, a clip show, and then, like, another episode that kind of leads into it. Like, it's just like, get on with it already. But I'd probably give the clip show like a 6.5 and the most recent episode a 7. But anyway, that's about it for this one. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications from my videos. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.